camera opens on a dimly lit room, with old books and flickering candles setting a mysterious tone. The narrator, dressed in a historian-style outfit, sits in a comfortable chair, speaking directly to the camera with an engaging and slightly conspiratorial tone. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. When you hear the name Bell Witch, what comes to mind? A malevolent spirit. Unexplained phenomena plaguing a Tennessee family. Disembodied voices and terrifying attacks. It's one of America's most famous ghost stories, a tale so chilling it even caught the attention of a future president. But what if I told you that behind the horror, the whispers, and the fear lies a forgotten story? A story not of hate, but of a deep and forbidden love. A love so powerful that it transcended life, death, and maybe even good and evil. Today, we're repealing back the layers of the legend to uncover the hidden romance of the Bell Witch. The story begins in the early 1800s in Robertson County, Tennessee. The Bell family, led by patriarch John Bell, were respected farmers who seemed to have a picture-perfect life. But that all changed around 1817. It started subtly strange knocking sounds on the walls, the sounds of chains being dragged across the floor. Soon, the family began hearing a faint whispering voice. This voice, over time, grew stronger, clearer, and identified itself as the Witch of Kate Batts. A neighbor, John Bell, had apparently cheated in a land deal. This is the version of the story we all know. The spirit, which the family simply called Kate, tormented them relentlessly, especially John Bell and his youngest daughter, Betsy. But here's where the story takes a fascinating and tragic turn. Betsy Bell was a beautiful young woman, and she was in love. Her heart belonged to a local boy named Joshua Gardner. They were deeply devoted to each other and planned to marry. They would meet in secret, sharing dreams of a future together under the Tennessee moon. It was a pure, innocent love, the kind that storybooks are made of. However, the Bell Witch would have none of it. Whenever Joshua would visit the Bell farm to court Betsy, the entity's attacks would intensify. The whispers would turn to shrieks, vowing that Betsy Bell would never marry Joshua Gardner. Objects would fly across the room, and Betsy would be slapped, pinched, and have her hair pulled by an unseen force. Imagine the terror. You're trying to spend time with the person you love most in the world, and an invisible entity is physically assaulting you, screaming that your love is forbidden. The witch tormented them, mocked their affection, and made their courtship a living nightmare. Why? Why was this spirit so vehemently against their union? The common explanation is that the witch simply wanted to cause misery. But some versions of the folklore whisper a different reason, a much more personal and heartbreaking one. According to these tellings, the spirit wasn't just a random, malevolent force. It was the spirit of someone who had once loved John Bell. The legend suggests that in his youth, John Bell had a passionate romance with a woman named Kate Batts. Their love was real, but for reasons lost to history, perhaps social status. family disapproval, or another obligation, John Bell ended the relationship and married Lucy Williams instead. This left Kate heartbroken and, some say, embittered for the rest of her life. When she died, her spirit, still consumed by this unrequited love and sense of betrayal, returned. It wasn't just about a land deal, it was about a broken heart. The spirit, this Bell Witch, saw her own tragic love story mirrored in Betsy and Joshua. She could not bear to see John Bell's daughter find the happiness that she herself had been denied. Her torment of Betsy wasn't just random cruelty, it was a projection of her own eternal sorrow. The whispers weren't just threats, they were echoes of a lover's grief. This theory reframes the entire haunting. The witch's relentless focus on Betsy and her relationship suddenly makes a sad, twisted kind of sense. She would sing bawdy songs when Joshua was near, embarrass Betsy in front of him, and physically drive them apart. The spirit's own pain was so immense that it lashed out. Determined to prevent another love from blossoming on the same land where hers had withered and died. The voice would often plead and cry, mourning a lost love, before turning its rage back onto the family. The pressure became unbearable. The constant supernatural assault took its toll on the young couple. Imagine the emotional and psychological weight. Every moment of joy was met with invisible violence. Every shared glance was answered with a ghostly shriek. Eventually, broken and terrified, Betsy Bell tearfully broke off her engagement to Joshua Gardner. On Easter Monday of 1821, she told him she could not marry him. The witch reportedly cackled in delight, its goal finally achieved. Joshua, heartbroken, left the community, and Betsy later married another man, Richard Powell, a man the witch apparently approved of. But the story doesn't end there. The entity's primary target, John Bell, suffered terribly. His health declined rapidly under the witch's torment. He experienced seizures and difficulty swallowing, and the voice would constantly mock him, promising his demise. In December 1820, John Bell passed away. After his death, a strange vial of liquid was found in the medicine cabinet. The witch's voice proudly proclaimed that it had given him a dose of it, leading to his death. This solidified its reputation as a killer entity. With John Bell dead and Betsy's engagement broken, the witch's primary objectives were met. So, was the Bell Witch a demon, the ghost of a swindled neighbor? Or was it the sorrowful spectre of a woman scorned, her love so powerful it became a destructive force beyond the grave? This interpretation adds a layer of profound tragedy to the horror. It transforms the witch from a simple monster into a complex, tormented character, forever searching for the love she lost, and in her grief, destroying the happiness of others. It's a haunting reminder that the deepest love, when broken, can curdle into the most terrifying kind of hate. The Bell Witch phenomenon is a cornerstone of American folklore, a story where historical accounts and supernatural legend are impossibly tangled. People from all over, including General Andrew Jackson, who would later become president, visited the Bell Farm to witness the phenomena for themselves. Jackson and his men reportedly fled in terror after their own encounter with the spirit. This wasn't just a family's delusion. It was a widespread event that terrified an entire community. The tale of the Bell Witch and her forbidden love is a chilling lesson. It suggests that some emotions are so strong they refuse to die, even when the body does. It's a story of how a broken heart can echo through generations. Its sorrowful whispers becoming a curse that plagues the living. The next time you hear a ghost story about a vengeful spirit, take a moment. Look deeper. You might just find that behind the terror, there's a tragedy. And behind the haunting, there's a heartbroken ghost still searching for a love that was lost long ago. What do you think? Was the Bell Witch a spurned lover seeking eternal revenge? Or is there another explanation? Let me know your theories in the comments below. I love reading them. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into one of America's darkest and most romanticized legends. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please give this video a like. And do not forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the unknown. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next video.